Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a man who's now in his 11th season in the league, Matthew Stafford at 31 years of age.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
A first down carry for Bell, but he'll work forward for only about a yard. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. The offensive starters now for the Cowboys.
It's so good to see big number 72 Travis Frederick back in a Cowboys uniform. Remember, he missed all of last season with Guillain-Barré syndrome. And prior to that, he'd been to the Pro Bowl 4 straight times at center. And his return, a huge boost to the offensive line. Better to have him in uniform than coaching.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. A look now at the defensive starters for the Jets. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now Stafford, a screen to Bell. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Stafford. Bryant has it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Stafford. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. This to Jarwin. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. To the air again, Stafford. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19.
Let's go.
And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Ready. Got 80. March 5-4. Yeah, let's go set lunch. Look at him.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A full start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Stafford now to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. They'll be brought out by the 2-time MVP in the NFL, who's now in his 15th season, Aaron Rodgers.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Now Rodgers. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
59, mark, 59, mark. Check, 59.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
It's not often we start a game talking about an offensive lineman, but with Quentin Nelson, I absolutely have to do that. The rookie out of Notre Dame transformed not only an offensive line in 2018, he transformed an offense. In fact, he was the only guard ever named Rookie of the Month, and he did so in October of last year.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. That was a safety Taylor Rapp right there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this.
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. Past the 20, touchdown, Cowboys. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Exit. Slam.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. N'Keal Harry, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that'll make our score 14-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford. It's caught by Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Now a first down carry by Bell. Oh, he sheds himself free. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
180.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Switch it.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. Edelman, the intended receiver that time.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. He's in his zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Throwing is Stafford.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
A good pickup there, a 22.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in the football.
Stafford now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Here's Bell. Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. From just shy of midfield, Stafford, that's complete. It's Bell. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver or tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Coming to you.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Here we go.
The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Stafford. Complete to Bryant. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
But with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Marr now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A 10-play drive that time, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, he's got his all-pro receiver Michael Thomas. First catch for last year's NFL catch leader, and it's a first down. Rodgers now on first down. He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Rodgers now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. A nice pickup on first down, 7 yards. From the 36, Rodgers. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They'll run on first down. Ingram. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. On 2nd and 1, Rodgers got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You going to yell at me? You go cover him.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's doing his job, but the bottom line, they're losing. They've got a deficit to make up here, and he knows it.
And quarterbacks who last in this league learn that lesson really early. You may have had a great stat line and felt pretty good about how you played, but if your team didn't win, it almost doesn't matter. And right now he's adopted that attitude. How do I get better? How does my team get better? How do we find a way to win the game?
Now he's hoping to lead his team to a successful drive. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. That one, a first down pickup of 8. On first down, Rodgers. He gets it to Thomas. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Got a man open, that's Harry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On second and 11 now. Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the scores. The kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Well, later tonight, we have more football. Sunday night football, a good one out west. Steelers and Chargers might see equal amounts of black and gold mixed with a powder blue in the stands for that one. And then tomorrow, Monday night football, Detroit and Green Bay battle in the NFC North from Lambeau Field. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
He'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. $12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see the... Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Check, walk 54, walk 54. Check the outs, check the outs.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
54. 54. Check tight.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. Got his man. That's Harry. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Rodgers now on first down. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers, and the Jets have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines, but the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll go with a big back. This is Olawale trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
After playing like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal. To throw is Stafford. And Bryant has got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. 4 yards on the touchdown grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And a play fake down near the goal line here worked out well.
Anytime you can make them think that you're going to run the ball and go to that play action pass, you see the end result, usually a touchdown.
Is that harder? Is the play fake harder to defend for the defense near the goal line, or no? Because there's not as much room to work with.
It is harder because down near the goal line, you're thinking much more of a running play, especially if people run out big formations. So it is harder to defend.
Stafford's pass complete to number 13. Touchdown, Dallas.
An extra look, that's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are all tied at 28. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. Really solid effort for him right now. Third quarter, already 4 touchdown passes. How many can he get here?
That remains to be seen, but I know one thing. You and I will be here to watch, and I'm not going anywhere. With what he's doing in this contest, I'm not missing a minute of it. This guy's been spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team game, but sometimes these individual performances are fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes they just kind of come to the front, despite the fact, as you said, we know it's all about the team, but the way he's playing, he's trying to make his team win on his back.
Yeah, it's been exciting. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. This will be caught by Brown. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. On play action, it's Rodgers. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. Zero for the field goal try. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Chandler Catanzaro on for the field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
Catanzaro's kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A pass there complete to Sutton. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Going deep downfield for Ross. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Marr on for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
2nd
and 5 now. Rodgers on the crossing route. That's caught. Julian Edelman. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for New York. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Bell. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He completes it to Bryant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st down, Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, Stafford. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Play action. Stafford going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. Stafford. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Stafford. And this This is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Matthew Stafford does it again. 5 touchdown passes. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Rodgers now on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 25 yards that time. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got him in, it's Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. They'll run on first down. Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Here's Rodgers, something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Yeah, out now come the Cowboys. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch left, watch left.
Again, it's Bell. And he powers his way up past the 30. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it with Bell. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taking it about the 16. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 8, a little over 80 ticks to go. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well. To throw is Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He's back to throw. Got a man open, that's Harry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. Catch is made by Harry. And he's taken down inside the 30. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. And this is caught. It's Edelman. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Cowboys, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.